Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at both of these sets. We have Wonder Woman from Dawn of Justice, and also Doomsday and Superman also from Dawn of Justice. And these are by McFarlane Toys, of course. So let's get them all out of packaging and show you guys what they look like and how disappointed I am in the Wonder Woman. Alright, so here we have Superman, Doomsday, and Wonder Woman outside of packaging, and then comes with 3 cards right here. We have Wonder Woman, Doomsday, and Superman, of course. And yeah, and comes with each of them comes with a base, so there are 3 bases. And as far as accessories, comes with a spear, a very wobbly spear, 4 extra hands for Superman. No extra hands for Wonder Woman, a warped shield, a very gummy sword, and a lasso. Okay, so let's start off with Wonder Woman, because that's the one I kind of was hoping it would be the best, but turned out to be the worst of the 3. And let's take a look at her. Head sculpt's nice. I mean, it doesn't look like Gal Gadot, but still is prettier than a lot of other stuff we have gotten from McFarlane Toys. And the arms still terrible with the exposed joints and the pegs and all that stuff. This is terrible. And then I had to do a lot of heating for the abdominal section. This piece was flaring out all over the place, so I had to heat it up and push it back in a little bit so it looks kind of decent. And then the worst part of this figure are the legs. They look so weird. Right now it looks pretty okay because I had to do a lot of heating and a lot of adjusting for it to look decent. Right now it still looks like this foot is, it looks like these feet are flipped, but they're not. But I think it's just the way they sculpted these. They just, it doesn't work. They look terrible. The shape of it is just weird. It just doesn't look right. It looks like it's flipped around. This foot should be, looks like it should be on the other side, but it's not though, because if you look at the base of the sole here is correct, but for some reason they just don't look right on the figure. And then this lower leg section is really off too. There's the way they shaped it. It just doesn't look right. There's no, yeah, the shape of it is like a tube all the way down. It should have been a little more curvier, and yeah, it just sculpted. It just wasn't sculpted properly. The thigh section, let's see here. So they so wanted to give her the cheek section that they compromised it. So now she could barely twist her thighs around. So her legs are kind of in this position. That's the farthest it could go. But if you wanted to swing inward, she could do a lot of. She could rotate her thigh really far inward, is because they figure, oh, we have to get the cheek here for some reason, and but you're not gonna be able to see it, but still the designer wanted to get the cheeks in, so then it limits her articulation range here. So when you rotate the thigh, it doesn't go very far, it doesn't move outward anymore, because it could move inward so much that it doesn't make sense, because you want her thighs to angle out a little. You want her thighs to angle outward a little bit more, so her stance would look a little bit better, but she cannot because the designer had to have these cheeks in there for some reason, which you can't even see it when it's all covered up. So terrible design. And the head sculpt, I mean, this is the 3rd iteration of Wonder Woman they have done. First one was horrendous. The second one wasn't that great. Here, I have the second one right here. And this is the 3rd one. You would think they would do a better job with it, but no, it's still kind of looks like crap. Here's the second iteration of Wonder Woman, and you can see that sculpt also doesn't look like Gal Gadot, and the third one doesn't look like her either. So yeah, swing and a miss 3 times too. This is not the first time, it's the third time. And the body, they didn't change anything at all, and but for some reason the legs for this one, the older one, it looks a little bit better. The newer one just look horrendous. Yeah, for some reason, something that they did, it just doesn't look right. They need to reshape some of these curves down here a little bit more. The feet has to be, the shoes has to be reshaped to the proper, reshape them properly, because right now, again, it looks like they're on the wrong foot. They look like they need to be swapped around, but no, they don't. But still, I mean, yeah, not the greatest. And then the sword, look at this. Oh my god. How flimsy is this? How gummy is this? Oh my god. And same with the spear. Look at this. If someone's holding it, it's gonna droop. It's gonna droop down over time. So yeah, that's horrible. And then the shield, a little heat should be able to fix this. But yeah. But yeah, the sword. Oh my god, it's so soft. Okay, so let's take a look at Doomsday. Doomsday is a little bit better. The likeness is pretty good because it's not a human sculpt, so they could do these pretty good, but just not human sculpts for some reason. They need a better sculptor over there at McFarlane Toys, because any of the human characters, like the actors, they don't look like them at all. Doomsday's pretty good. Not sure about the colors. I thought he was more grayish color and not greenish. This is more of a turquoise color on him, and that I honestly, I don't think his color is this color. I don't think he has this color scheme, but whatever, I guess. Maybe I'll just do a wash over it or something. And then they didn't put a spacer up here, so he's a little loosey-goosey right here, because there's no spacer in between. Same as this side. And then there's as far as articulation, there's no bicep swivel on this one, but you can swivel the wrist, and you barely get a you don't even get 90 degrees up here, but you can swivel that a little bit, so that's good. And the wrist goes in and out. I'll show articulation for Wonder Woman a little bit. And then the head articulation is barely anything, because the way they sculpted this just doesn't really move except for side to side. Then huge grandma panties right here. Look at that. He's wearing shorts right here. And then ball joint right here. Then the legs, ratcheting joints. Can't do too much. And the knees. Oh my gosh. Ratcheting joints can give you about close to 90. And then there's a hinge showing for the ankle, and then there's toes articulation as well for this guy. So yeah, most likely he's just going to be standing around. Even though he has articulation points, he can't really do dynamic poses though. Not the way he's sculpted and the way the joints are. Let's take a look at Superman here. Superman's pretty good. The head sculpt kind of a little bit looks like Henry Cavill. The cape is nice. The color of the cape is more of a darker shade of red, so that's nice. I like that. On camera it looks kind of bright, but it's not. In person it's kind of dull, so that's nice. I like that. And then the suit, there's a little scratch on his chest here. I guess it's kind of like a battle damage situation, I think. I'm not sure, but let's get a closer look at that head sculpt. I mean, it's not perfect, not great or anything, But for McFarlane toys, I guess this is the best you're gonna get. And the rest of him, this is pretty much a reissue figure, except for the cloth cape. I think that's the only thing that's new about this set here. So the selling point is supposed to be Doomsday, but honestly, that Doomsday is not that great either. And there's a spacer here, and then bicep does have a swivel, double jointed elbows for Superman, and then ball hinge wrists, and abdominal could arch back quite a bit, but not so much a crunch like all the other figures. Like they can never do a crunch properly, but they could arch back like quite a bit, and that shouldn't be a selling point either. And legs can go up. Let's see here. Double jointed knees, ball hinge ankle, and then there's toes articulation as well. So Superman, he does not come with a flight base. It would have been nice again if flying figure comes with a flight base. You would think that's a given, but nope. We got a standard base as well for this one. And a wire cape is always nice, so you could make his cape flow a little bit more, which is always nice. I'm just gonna have him standing now because that's the base I'm given. Ooh, and he wants to topple over, unfortunately. And the ratcheting ankle joints, they're ratcheted to a point where he can't stand straight either. You have to angle it a certain way in order for him, and bend the knee a little bit in order for him to stand up straight, unfortunately. And then as far as Wonder Woman, same articulation points. For her head is a little limited because of the hair. I mean, it's pretty much given. And then the shoulders, yeah, there's a spacer right there, and then she does have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and she only comes with two hands, and they're both gripping hands, so you can't really do the cross arms without her looking kind of silly. Like of all figures, she should come with a pair of fists as well. So right now, if you have her cross her arms, she looks silly because she's gripping something, gripping air right now. And let's see, ball jointed chest, ball jointed waist, and then these ratcheting hinge joints for the legs, then double jointed knees and ball hinge ankles and toes articulation. So kind of same as everyone else. And the line, look at this. It's like, why do I have to? Why did you cut this section so much, but you leave the whole cheek section all filled in? Like, cut this section off so she could. You know what? I might have to customize this because that's how I would be able to get her legs to move a little bit wider, to give her a wider stance or angle a little bit properly. Because right now she looks a little. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some customization myself on this one. And wish she came with a pair of fists. That would have been nice. Let's see, shield. Guess this one goes here. Wow, this thing's so large. The hole is so large, and there's nowhere for her to grip either. So shield's supposed to be. I don't know. Then the sword right here. Are these even made for her? It's like everything looks so big on her. Everything looks massive on her. Look at the sword, doesn't look like it belongs to her, and it's completely warped. Oh my goodness. Lasso of Truth right there. And then the shield again in right here, but there's nowhere for her to grip it. Well, I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna have her Let's see. Can she even wear the shield? No, she cannot wear the shield either. So that's unfortunate. So I'm gonna have her hold the sword with this hand instead. Damn that thumb. I'm gonna break it off eventually. And see if she could grip the shield a little bit better with this hand here. Get those fingers up. Cannot. It's really laughable how this loop is for Wonder Woman when her arms like so skinny. It's like, look at this. I don't get it. Really don't. There she is, holding on to a giant sword. Yeah. Yeah, she does not look good at all. Oh my goodness. I mean, the head sculpt is a little bit better. Definitely better than before, but still not great. And just look at the SHF. First iteration was good. Second one was absolutely amazing. And the size-wise is much smaller than this too. They got it down perfectly. The Wonder Woman from SHF, the second Wonder Woman, second movie, Wonder Woman, they got it down perfectly. McFarlane Toys, nope. Third time, yeah. Third iteration of Wonder Woman still looks exactly. It looks just as bad as the second one. Not as bad as the first one though. The first one was really bad. Really bad looking. The second one's not too bad, I guess. The second one, it's okay, I guess. Third one's a little bit better, but still nowhere near as good as SHF, unfortunately. Or anyone else. God damn Doomsday. Yeah, I'm not really happy with these three right here. I guess going in, I don't know. I mean, yeah, not the best. Not the worst, I guess. Because Superman does look pretty good. Doomsday does look kind of okay, but the teal color, not sure what's going on with the teal color. And then Wonder Woman, it's fixed those legs. I think she would be a lot better. Otherwise, it's a decent set. Yeah, kind of just like all the other McFarlane toy stuff. They're like average. They're like okay to a point where it's kind of acceptable, but you still want it, but it's like not perfect. That's how I feel about their stuff. It's always phoning it in a way. It's just almost there, but it's not quite there. You won't get a perfect stuff. You won't get perfect out of McFarlane toys. It's just okay, borderline okay. I feel like all their stuff are borderline okay. Like, yeah, you kind of want it and you don't want it, because that's how I feel about their stuff. Like most, if not all their stuff. Well, I can't say all of them, because some of the Batmobile stuff, those are pretty good. Some of the cartoon stuff are better. The comic stuff are way better than the movie stuff. They cannot do a head sculpt properly on some of these figures. But for the most part, it's just average. So there you go. Average set. Not great. Not terrible. Not trash. I wouldn't call it trash. I wouldn't go that far, but they are not great. And yeah. So there you have it. There's Superman, Doomsday, and Wonder Woman from McFarlane Toys. And thanks for watching. Sorry for the rant. Right, so here's a comparison of the two Wonder Woman. One's comic-based Wonder Woman, of course, and one is the movie. And you can see how much better the comic one is. Legs and those shoes, look at that. They look much better than these. These look like they're sculpted wrong or something. They just don't look right. The comic one, look at that, so much better. Like they both use these double jointed elbows, but for some reason the comic one looks so much better. Look at that. Everything just looked better for the comics instead of the movie ones.